Hello, welcome back to my channel. Should I say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening? It depends where you're watching from this part of the world. Right now it's good evening. In case you're new here, my name is Mercy Katunge. Karibu sana to Shamila Mdogo's family. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I really appreciate that. And in case you find any of my videos to be encouraging, inspiring, and motivating, feel free to share with any of your friends, colleagues, or family members. And in case you have anyone thinking of wanting to move and work here. Anyways, back to what we've been talking about. In the last 3 parts, that is part 1, part 2, and part 3, which I've already shared with you guys. If you haven't watched, scroll down, and you'll be in the loop. I've been talking about my journey here for the last 6 years. So in today's episode, I'm going to be touching on the challenges that I've met while I'm here. First and foremost, language barrier. I come from a country where English is our first language. So myself, I know English, Swahili, and Kamba. So you can imagine landing in a country where Arabic is their first language. It was quite a very big challenge for me. I had to do something. That's when I had to, what do we call it? I had to put in some hard work. And I can proudly say that right now, when someone is talking to me in Arabic, definitely I have an idea of what you want or what the person wants, which has really made my life a bit easy. I'm proud to say that I can handle a whole shift at work with very minimal assistance. Anyways, that's when it hits you. It's good to do a third or a fourth language. You never know about tomorrow. The second thing, culture shock. I come from a country where we live, or we've grown up living in a freestyle, meaning we've been told to mingle, we've been taught to have friends from all sexes. That is, you can have a friend from the opposite sex, and it's not a crime or it's not bad. Now I've coming here, male and female mostly don't mingle. Being a Muslim country, you find we have occasions that are exclusively ladies alone and gents alone. So to me, this was very different. Talk of weddings. Weddings are places that people meet, people marry, people eat, people make friends, and even people start dating. But here it was a bit different. Another thing, you cannot just have a male friend. That's what I really came to understand after some time. You have a male friend, you go out once, you go out the second time, and then there is that you're dating or there's something going on, which for me was a bit crazy, because mostly, and especially back at home, I think majority of my friends are male. So that was a big challenge to me. You can imagine there's a time that my colleague resigned and left, so I was left alone, the only African and the only Kenyan lady. So it was very hard for me. If I want to go shopping, definitely I need someone, and this someone, because we don't have a female African lady, or we don't have a female who's free, I'll end up asking one of my male friends or one of my male colleagues to escort me. And then the stories that come up, like, oh, they are dating, oh, this and this, oh, this and this, or maybe if people see you there, there's this question mark, which is not good. Third thing, still on culture shock, I'd not talked about dressing. Should I call it dress code? I'm used to putting on my jeans and my small tops. I'm used to putting on my tights and my small top. But here I've come. Most of the ladies, they're always covered. They're always covered in loose fitting clothes. So you can imagine traveling or going outside in the streets. Really, for me, it was not, I was never looking forward, because when you go outside, you'll find everybody hooting at you, everybody screaming at you. There's a name that they always call us black people, Abu Samra, which was a bit crazy. I thought, gosh, these men, they've never seen ladies in tights, they've never seen ladies in jeans, But over the years, you just have to live life the way it takes and never mind about what somebody else is thinking in their heads or in their brains. So I think the first one year, it was a bit difficult, but as time has passed by, we've been having a lot of foreigners coming in, and so they are now finding it a bit usual for ladies to put on tight fitting clothes. And then another thing that is maybe the third thing, cost of living. Here the cost of living is very, very, very high. Yes, they have their own currency, just like the other countries. It's called Iraqi dinar, but of course the value is not that good. So at the moment we are using dollar. So when I say we are using dollar, you can imagine things are quite expensive. You can go out to go and just have a simple lunch or a very simple dinner. You end up paying a bill of around $90 or $80, and that is just a normal restaurant in the streets. So when I talk of $90, I'm talking about 9,000 Kenyan shillings. 9,000 Kenyan shillings. I mean, in Kenya, 9,000 shillings spending in town, in this, like in our fast foods restaurants, that's a lot of money. So cost of living here, it's very, very, very high. So most of the time, I prefer buying things when I'm going home in another country, when I'm on a layover, that is in the duty-free shops, or I'll wait until I reach home. That's when I will do shopping. It will be much, much, much easier and cheap for me. So the other thing, another challenge, before I go to another challenge, I had an incident. When you talk of dressing code, I don't know if it was dressing code, but the way they see women, it's very different here. I think sometimes I have to call a spade a spade. Like, women are like a sex toy. I'm sorry to say that, but that is what I've learned, and that is what I've seen here. So I'll give you an incident. This one, of course, you'll break your ribs laughing. We went to the mall and then we boarded these matatus. Yes, they have matatus, but of course they don't call them matatus, they just call them buses. So we boarded a bus, and from the mall to our place is roughly like 5 minutes drive. So inside the matatu, something weird just happened. I happened to look at the back, but I found someone. Actually, it was the only male in that bus with like 5 colleagues of mine who were female. But when I looked back, that guy literally had removed his thing, and that was a shock. And until today, I'm afraid of those big buses. I rarely board them when I'm alone. I'll rather prefer to take a taxi. So another challenge. Is there any other challenge? I think no. I think there's no. Another challenge. Another challenge was apart from, I told you every place has its bad and good side. The bad side, let me call it the good side. When I came here, I stopped drinking. Like, I rarely drink. I've become an occasional drinker. I'll drink once in a blue moon when I feel there's something to celebrate about. The reason also being that we have less bars and pubs, so their nightlife is quite different. When you talk of partying, it's not crazy like in our countries. So here, that has become like the good part. It's like a rehabilitation center. So I've really managed to handle my, let me call it my drinking problem, because when I was back in Dubai, actually that had become a problem. I'll drink from Monday to Monday, but here on rare occasions, and which is good. It makes your mind think straight, and trust me, going to work when you don't have a hangover, it's the best feeling in the world. So guys, that's it. So maybe on the next episode I'll see what I'll be talking about. Hope you've enjoyed my session. Feel free once more to comment. Tell me what you like to know about this place. Those questions that you've been asking me, most of them I've already forgotten about, or most have just disappeared into the thin air. I'll really look forward to seeing those questions. Apart from that, it was nice having you. Don't forget to leave a comment. Ciao.